Hi everyone, Angela here. If you don't know what a jelly roll is, it's a bundle of fabric strips in coordinating colors and prints. The strips measure 2.5 inches wide or 6.5 centimeters. There's 2 of each strip folded in half, and they measure about 42 to 45 inches long. Select 2 of the strips with the fold on the left and then stack them together. From the fold, measure across 15 inches and cut. For a longer headband, cut 17 inches across. On the bottom, mark 1 inch from the fold, and at the top, mark 1/4 inch from the fold. Then cut small notches on those marks through all the layers. On the other end, fold the fabric in half and mark the center. From the corners, mark 3 inches in on both edges. Use something round to draw a curve from the center to those marks, and then cut through all the layers along those lines. Open up the strips and lay them down with right sides together. Match the notches in the center. These will be the openings for the headband, and then I'm just going to chalk them so you can see them. And if you need to, place clips along these notches and also at each end. We start by stitching this side with the smaller opening. With a 1/4 inch seam allowance, start at the top corner and then stitch to that first notch. Back tack at this notch and then raise your needle and your foot and skip over to the next notch, leaving an opening. Back tack again and then continue stitching to the next corner. Flip the band over, and then we'll stitch this side starting from that bottom notch. Using a 1/4 inch seam allowance again, back tack and stitch towards the corner. Stop 1/4 inch from that first line of stitching, have your needle down, lift your foot and pivot. Lower your foot and continue stitching 1/4 inch from the first row of stitching. At this corner, stop 1/4 inch from the edge, pivot, and then continue stitching until you get to the top notch. Back tack at this notch, leaving a 2 inch opening. This is what the stitching should look like in the center, and now we need to trim the corners of both sides. Cut across the end, making sure not to cut the stitched point, and then trim each side on a bit of a curve. To turn it right side out, use a knitting needle or a chopstick to help push it through. Separate the layers at the ends and then pull the sides down over the knitting needle till you get to that center opening. Once out, use the pointy end to push out the corners. Another quick and easy way to turn it is by using a paper towel holder with a narrow bar. Make sure to watch my video about different methods and tools to turn loops and tubes. Next, adjust and center all of the seams and give the band a nice press. You can use 19 or 20 gauge wire, measure across from end to end. Cut the length with side cutters and then use pliers to turn the ends and squeeze flat. Bring the ends together and fold in half. Reach in and grab the seam on the other side with the smaller opening. Insert the wire through this opening so that each end will go into either side of the channel. Once the ends are pushed right in, straighten out the wire in the center so that all of it is in the channel. Having this channel will keep the wire neatly in place and not just loose all inside. To close the opening, edge stitch the sides together. To wear it, just twist the top ends together a couple of times into any shape that you like. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please share and have a look at my next video. Thanks again for watching. Take care and happy sewing.